Why must I thus forever be confined? Why must I thus forever be confined against the noble freedom of my mind, when as each hoary moth and gaudy fly within their spheres enjoy their liberty? The virgin bee her luscious cell forsakes, and on 1,000 flowers pleasure takes. The glistering beetle casts her stag-like horns. The next year new her stately front adorns. She rolls her unctuous embryo east and west, to call great nature, who hears her behest. The silkworm feeds, then works, then she involves herself, then breeds, then flies till she dissolves. The basilisk that kills by fascination is not like me, tied to one habitation. No, nor the catobleep, whose poisonous eye, where she goes, makes grass and flowers die. Though these destroy, yet may they freely range, whilst I am shut up in a country grange. My looks, though sad, would make my friend revive. Why must I then be buried thus alive? The amphisbaena, that at both ends kill, doth freely slide about where'er she will. The dipsis, that doth make men die with quaffing, and the tarantula, that kills with laughing, with that bold worm which killed the Egyptian queen, all freely crawling about the world are seen. Thus insects, reptiles that spontaneous breed, from such a solitude as mine are freed. And I, O my sad heart, and only I, must in this sad confinement living die. The swiftest dolphin and the vastest whale are not immured as I in wall or pale, but every sort of fish, in as they please, do dive and swim about the spacious seas. Though the dull oyster from a rock is torn, yet she with sails and wind and tide is borne o'er all the swelling billows at her pleasure, until the cunning crab on her takes seizure. The flying fish, though she doth oft despair, yet she commands the seas and vaster air. And those fair birds which hover still above, which are so far indulgent to their love, to let their females lay upon their back, no noble freedom surely they can lack. Nor do they fear the terriblest tyrant's lour should shut them in a bastile or a tower. For they disdain to touch this dunghill earth, thus they enjoy the freedom of their birth. But I to solitude am still confined, the cruelest curb unto a noble mind. The halcyon that calms the ruffling seas is not restrained, but flies where'er she please. Nor doth the swan on Thames her silver breast ask leave to rise off from her downy nest. The ravenous ravens, deaf to their young ones' cry, may in the spacious air most freely fly. But I, above my life, my children love, yet I, to comfort them, cannot remove. The foolish ostrich doth her eggs expose to 1,000 dangers ere they do disclose. Yet proudly she by wind and wing is borne, the swiftest horse and rider she doth scorn. But I, for mine, would willingly dissolve, yet sad obscurity doth me involve. The mild and tender-hearted turtle-dove, that was so constant to her only love, though she resolves to have no second make, yet she her flight about the air doth take. But I, that am more constant than this dove, unto my first and last and only love, cannot from this sad place I me remove. The cuckoo, that doth put her eggs to nurse, then eats their foster brothers, which is worse. Yet this cursed emblem of ingratitude is not like me, enslaved to solitude. All volatiles, from the eagle to the dove, their freedom freely both enjoy and love. But I no liberty expect to have, until I find my freedom in my grave. The swiftest Sioux no liberty can lack, that bears her sprightly offspring on her back. The cannibal, when she the huntsman hears, her pretty younglings in a wallet bears. Thus from pursuers they are all secure, but these sad shades doth me immure, that I cannot assist mine in their sorrow, which makes me sigh and weep both eve and morrow. The lion, tiger, elephant, and bear, and thousands more, do no confinement fear. Thus beasts, birds, fishes, equivocal worm, and fly enjoy more liberty, woe's me, than I. Were't for my God, king, country, or my friend, my love, my children, 'twere a noble end. Or were't for sin, my guilty head I'd hide, and patiently the stroke of death abide. Or were't my venial slips to expiate, then my restraint would have a happy date. Or were't for debt, I soon could pay that score. But 'tis, O my sad soul, I'll say no more. To God alone my sufferings I'll deplore. For I no liberty expect to see, until to atoms I dispersed be. Then, being enfranchised, free as my verse, I shall surround this spacious universe, until, by other atoms, thrust and hurled, we give a being to another world.